All right, yes, we are live at our new time, huh, Z?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And did you have a good day today?
Yep.
Yep, you got to hang with your cousins, and I started summer camp today, and I am doing. Hey, don't do that. if you're not going to be mature, then you can be elsewhere.
Are you the serious guy now?
I'm the serious guy right now. This is serious business. There's Margie's watching. Hi, Margie. So yes, summer camp started. I'm doing comic book art with kids, and it seems like it's going to be a fun week. So I'm pretty warmed up. I'm pretty ready to go. We have this really awesome
Boat with
image.
a bunch of rope.
Yeah, there's a boat, and it's also got plants growing in it too, huh?
And the water and the sun and some trees and a bunch of wood.
It's almost hi Margie. It's almost like a
haunted house boat.
no, but it's almost like a scene from a movie or something. That my friend Tatiana Wild caught that on on her own little camera. That's pretty awesome shot, huh? What an eye. Yeah, that's good photography there.
And also, it's reflecting on the ocean.
Yep, there's the sun is kind of setting behind those clouds, though, isn't it? But it's making a nice reflection in the lake.
I wonder who left the boat there.
I don't know. It looks like that boat's been there for a while. I bet it doesn't work anymore. I bet there's holes in the bottom.
I bet they just left it there so that they wanted a little garden, but they didn't have anywhere to do it.
Maybe they have kids and the kids play in there, and they pretend they're like out on the open sea and they got all that rope. What do you think? Maybe.
I think it's the garden.
So we are doing oil pastels today, and yeah, we have these oil pastels here.
They're called.
Here, I can just hold the box up. There's nothing.
Portfolio.
Yeah, portfolio series. And
They're
these are
12.
great. Yep, 12 different colors. They are water soluble, so I'm not using water with mine because I'm not doing it on watercolor paper. But if you want to do yours on watercolor paper and grab yourself a paintbrush and some water, and even your watercolors, it kind of melds nice with the watercolors. I think that it's a great way to go. But we're just going to use the oil pastels.
Yeah.
And we know that our oil pastels are kind of like crayons, but they're greasy and they smear into each other so you can blend colors nicely. It's kind of a combination between drawing and painting because you can use the edge of it to create lines, or you can use the whole side of it and you can create... It's smeary, yeah. We already said that.
Well, I said it again.
Okay. So hopefully you've got the image up on your screen, and then you can have a little side window with my my paper, what I'm going to be doing, and you can watch how I approach it. I'm going to... What?
Also, I have an idea for next time.
Okay, well, we could talk about that towards the end. How about? Because right now I'm focused on this image. I don't want to deviate from the image. Or we could maybe talk about it when we don't have anything else to talk about. You can bring it up. You can say, remember I said I wanted to talk about something? And I'll say, yeah, man.
Do you remember?
I'll do my best. Okay. So, you know what I need to do is I need to share this.
To the timeline.
Yeah, I need to share the video to the timeline. Sorry, this will just take a moment.
It's okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that is what I want to do. And share now, public. There we go. Okay, so back to our image. Let me find it.
What's all the colors in it?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I want to start with the boat in the front, and I'm just gonna use the light blue, and I'm gonna do the whole shape. So this is what I mean, where you can really here. Can you scooch over a little bit, dude? You're like in my space.
Okay.
Thanks. So I'm gonna put in the side of my boat. So this is gonna come in like this, right? You can see I'm using the whole side And then this is gonna come in like this, and then it's gonna curve. You know, maybe I need it a little higher up on my page. That's all right. So here, I'm gonna start again. A little bit higher, because that's gonna be filled in anyways. That's gonna be part of my boat.
So how?
I'm doing this top corner.
Okay.
Okay? So this is gonna come like this, and then it curves a little bit, and then it's gonna kind of come down at an angle. I'm doing the whole side of the boat now. And then this is like kind of like a big smile, just like that.
It goes all the way.
All the way. I've got, and then I'll make this whole side here. We know it's gonna fill in here. It's gonna go like this.
Why did you do like a line here? It's supposed to be like a tip.
My tip is here.
Oops.
You see how this comes around here?
So how do I do it?
Let's start again.
Okay.
Right there.
So I go like this, and then I do a line here, and then
So here's another way you can handle it, guys. If you feel more comfortable just doing the contour, the edge, find this edge here. This is the very top corner, and then you can follow that top edge all the way around. So this actually needs to probably come down a little lower and come like this.
Yeah, but
okay.
What's this part?
This is the side of the boat here. So you can see, yeah, the side of the boat. Let's just, for the sake of making it a little bit different, let's make the side of the boat kind of purple, like this.
Do you have to?
No, you don't have to, but it is in a shadow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Could I use the dark blue?
And I'm gonna, yeah, you can use the dark blue, sure. And then I'm gonna smear like this. Oops.
It's okay, right?
Yeah, I really wanted to keep this though. I went over the wrong line. And then what I can do is this is like a big edge here. So I can make that big edge.
Daddy, could I make my sky a sunny day?
You can do anything you want. That's the great thing about making art, is you are not committed to doing anything that you don't want to do. We've got this plank that should be about the same angle as this guy here, and I think it needs to be a little bit of a wider angle like that. So this is going to be the same. It's going to fit right in here. Or I could just do, you know, just like this, to use the side of it and get the whole thing in at once.
Wait.
If I want. That's going to connect right about there.
Wait, so like diagonal?
Yeah. So you want this angle here to be about the same as this angle here.
Well, I
You see?
messed that up.
Well, so just make it bigger.
But it's not, it's going down, and this one's going up.
I know, so make this one go more like that. That's what you needed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can already see the inside of this happening here.
Do we fill that in?
I'm just going to leave it a little bit rough right now because we have all kinds of stuff that's going to go on top of it. Right now, we just want to get our basic shapes in there. We don't want to get too crazy with things. We just want to get our basic shapes. And I can see back here, I've got this long sort of rectangular block. And it's pretty dark. I'm going to continue with my purple.
Where?
Right back here, dude.
Oh.
It kind of slants a little bit up. It doesn't go out quite that far, does it? It stops right around the end, right here.
Yeah.
And then it kind of comes in like this. And remember, this is just our inspiration. This doesn't have to be exactly the same. But I think we can definitely get the flavor of it. Yep, we can get the flavor of it. And then we've got this plank that comes out this way. I'm going to go with more of like a yellow here. And I'm just going to...
Like that?
Yeah, more or less. It's quite an angle that comes out. It's pretty wide like this.
But it makes it look straight.
And then it gets bigger as it comes to the front. Just like that. If you want to make a blend happen here, you can do that. you'll find that as you do this, you're gonna end up with a stain on your finger, like you can see that stain on my finger. So what I do is I just open up the palm of my other hand and I just rub, and you can see it gets on your palm, but it comes off your hand, and then you're ready to smear again, and it doesn't contaminate the color there.
And you could use all your fingers, even your pinky.
Yes, definitely. All right, I'm gonna do this top edge is gonna be yellow.
Wait,
right here.
this is supposed to be yellow?
Well, I'm just doing, kind of drawing what I see. Everything is more grays, right? So we're gonna change these colors, but I need to be able to see what's what at the beginning.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
So let's see. Maybe I'll use some brown. I have like this rust color, and I can bring out this edge here of the plank. Okay, and I just want to create an edge where it meets the water and where it kind of meets over here too, because it gets a little bit lost against the paper. I can let this stay white for a second here. Yes, buddy.
Mine is all smeary over here.
That's okay. This is our very first layer. This is all rough draft right now. Remember, we are going to... It's always easier to create a rough draft of something and then to edit that thing than it is to, like, try to make it perfect right from the beginning. So we're not going for perfection right now. We're just trying to make it look cool and figure out where our shapes are. You can see, I don't know why I continue to go out longer than that thing is, but I just am. Now, behind here, I can see in the picture, there's like some shingles. So you, like the shingles on the roof of a house, it looks like. Rather than do that, I'm just going to make some beach there. And you can see, again, it's like this dark gray color. I'm going to use the purple again. You could use a different color. It's going to end up being a different color, but this is just a way to start. And so I'm going to create that shoreline. Kind of goes in like this, and then kind of comes out like that. And you can see there's like a little crest right there. I'm just going to sort of, I just want to fill this in a little bit, right in through here.
There's a big hill right there.
Well, what I see are these trees that are really dark, so I think I'm going to go with like a dark green there, just to, I know they're going to be darker than that, but just to make it different.
But what about the hill right there?
We're going to do that in a second. That's going to be in a different color because it's kind of the same color as the trees, right? So we've got these trees that just start coming up right in here, and I'm just going to show that with just vertical. And then, like, you know, you can start to make all the pine sort of branches and stuff. Well, I'm not going to go too much faster right here. Okay. This is real rough in here. And then you've got like one more tall tree. Like that.
I'm a problem.
What?
I copied what I see like you always say.
Yeah.
Except I did it wrong, so I can't have the trees, and my hill is like way at the top.
Okay, well, so you have to make a choice. You can force it in there, and that's fine. You know, just make it happen. Just like color over the mistake that you made.
Well,
Or you can just say, I don't want to have the trees.
I don't want to have the trees because it's gonna be a sunny day anyway.
There you go. Doesn't that feel really like freeing to just go, hey, I'm gonna go do it this other way, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do in life, I think, is you find other ways of solving problems that, you know, you're trying to figure out how to do. So this is looking pretty good. Let me pull it down a little so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry about that.
Are we gonna make the beach?
Margie says she did the same thing.
Are we gonna make the beach so that it's
All of our colors are going to look a
I
lot
know,
closer
but
to what's there.
it's gonna look more horizontal?
Yeah, because it's a square picture, huh? It's pretty much a square photo, so I'm going to add on over here in the water, I think. We'll see how it goes. And then you're right, there's this hill in the background that just kind of goes like this. And I'm going to add the little trees way in the distance on the crest.
Can I scratch out the bad parts?
Of course. That's the beautiful thing about using these oil pastels is like if you have a real thick area and you're having trouble going on top of it because it's just saturated, you can scratch off a good bit of that and start on a thinner layer of it that'll be easier to cover.
Mine's way more yellow now.
Yeah, good. Okay, so now we can see where our horizon is going to be. We can see where our water is going to be. And again, our water is like this real gray blue color. And I am still going to use my light blue for this, even though I know that there's other colors coming in. You know what?
Look at all I got on my finger.
Oh my gosh, that's what you scratched off quite a bit. Yes. In that middle section where we have the pinks, I just want to sort of put in where that's going to go, because that will be difficult to put in once the blue's there and have it look right. So I'm just going to put that in and just kind of blend it. That happens right at the horizon, and then up above it in the clouds, you're going to kind of have some yellows. Whoops. Up in the sky. And then a little bit of red coming around it too. And then again, I'm going to just sort of smear.
That's orange.
Well, it's kind of a reddish orange. There's two reds in this pack. There's like a dark red, and there's kind of that orangey red. Okay, and then I'm gonna come in with my light blue, and I'm just gonna fill in. Yeah, it's really easy when you use the side. It's going to be so nice once we have all our shapes in. Then we're going to be able to, and we're going to be able to really make it look cool and make our colors more like what we see.
Could you not talk for a second?
Why?
Okay, now could I do my idea?
Do you have an idea for what you want to do next Monday?
Lesson, yeah.
Okay, what would that be?
So we could, since we're running out of pictures,
Mm-hmm.
we could just, because people look at the picture, but I think mostly they look at yours, for a good example. So we could just do still art, but we could just like copy something in our house, but
Copy something in our house.
like a mug or something. But then
I
like
see.
a cookie next to it. But then most people, like, you could take a picture and put it on Facebook so that you could take the pictures, or we don't need the picture. We could just surprise everybody, and they could just copy yours.
I see. So you want me to create a still life, and I'll announce the day, the morning of. I'll put a picture of what it's going to be.
No, like not a picture.
A photo.
No, not a photo. Like you could just like hold it up to everybody, and like so they could look at it, and then.
How am I going to hold up a mug and a cookie?
Because you'll like have this, and then you put a mug here, and then a cookie leaning against it.
I don't know.
But you could surprise everybody. That's what I meant.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying no. I think it's a cool idea. I just wish that they had, they would really need a way to see that still life.
Well, we could, put it, like, I know what we could do. At the beginning of our video, we could take a picture, and we could, like, put it on your face. so everyone could see.
Hmm.
Or like on your hand, so when you're drawing the picture, everyone could see.
Oh, I see. So they're seeing what I see?
Yeah. They're like seeing they're seeing the picture that's on your hand, and they're seeing you do it at the same time, so that they could like still change up the picture, but like they.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Let me think about how to do that, buddy.
Okay.
All right, now I do see in the background there's kind of a another bluish mountain range back here that I can add in.
I like the pink. So pretty. Hey, do they have rubbers? Like things that rub it for you?
Oh, I think they probably have things that you could use, but I like using my finger. Although you could use a small piece of like paper, rolled up paper, and use it for like smaller stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now those clouds.
Why does yours look like more better? Like it looks everything is more filled in.
I don't know. I think yours looks pretty good. I think you're doing a good job. Some of the clouds look kind of dark blue where there's a shadow, so I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to kind of lay it in here. You can see it goes right over the top of that area with the cloud, or with the sun poking through.
How would I make the wait, I have a problem again.
Okay, so go ahead and tell me what's going on, buddy.
So I already did the ocean, like
Let's look at yours.
pink in the middle, and I did the thingy in the sky too.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do a sunny day. Well,
Okay,
it's
well, so
okay.
you can just
I
make
could
a
just
full
have-
sun. You don't need to put it behind clouds.
I could just have
That's looking good, buddy.
like a bunch of jellyfish in one section. That's what the pink is.
Okay, well, it sounds like you've got a plan then.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to add this. It's a little darker down in here, and I will get grayer with this. I will, make the colors more the way that they're supposed to be, but I just want to get the basics in there. There's a little more pink up here. I'm just drawing, kind of trying to mimic the dark areas that I see. And then in the lighter areas, I am going to use that light blue again, and then I'm going to start to, once I fill in down in here, and maybe fill in a little bit here, then we're really going to start to dial in the background as well. We'll make our colors a little bit more the way that they should be. And then we'll add black last. This is pretty typical for the way that I would tackle a painting as well, where I would just kind of, it's a little different in that I would usually paint the whole canvas one color or a couple colors, create a gradation from one color to another, and then I would start building on top of that. But it's essentially the same, where I would, if I was going to paint something in particular, I would, block in the main shapes in dark and light. Painting, you have a little more flexibility, but I still think you can do pretty great things with using these oil pastels. Yeah, I told Z not to hum, especially because I know, like, you guys hopefully have some good music going on in the background at your house where you're doing this, and, that music is inspiring you to want to create, just like the people who made that music had to make that music at some point. It's just another form of the same thing, telling stories with sound instead of telling stories with pictures. Okay.
Like that goat in like the red hood.
Oh yeah, what's that movie called? I can't remember, but that was pretty funny.
And it's that goat that could never stop singing.
Yes,
And it cursed him.
I remember.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay. Now under the boat, it's just pretty dark, kind of like a brown, but all I have is this rust color, so we're gonna start with that, and I'm just gonna kind of fill in lightly.
How much? Only 4 people?
Yeah, what do you mean? That's fine. We're just having a good time. Is there a trick to blending? There's not a big trick to it.
You can melt your pastels.
No, there's no melting pastels. Don't talk that nonsense. But no, it's just a matter of getting in there and rubbing with your finger. I mean, it takes some time. And obviously, the thicker you go, the more it's gonna spread.
Next, could we change the color of the sand because it blends in with my beach, like with the sky too much?
Oh, what, this part?
This beach. This part.
Okay.
And also, how do I make it not blend into my ocean?
How to make what not blend into your ocean?
The sky.
Well, you have to make a separation with
Black.
By creating a line there. You see how well there is a black line that's right on the horizon there. Yeah, you could do that.
Do it after so that it doesn't ruin.
Yeah, there are lots of details. Now I kind of want to. I'm thinking before I go too much further on this that maybe I should get the rope in there. What do you think? Should we get the rope?
Well,
We need it. We need it.
Wait, could you wait for a second? Because I need to catch up. Let me just add in the stand and finish
Okay.
this. And
Yeah, we definitely need to get that rope in there.
after. Then let me add black. Could just go like this. Now I need to add in this.
Okay, so Z, you're gonna have to catch up, dude.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm coming in with yellow for the rope. And let's just start in the front here. You got one that's gonna come over and come around the front of the boat. Right there. Kind of scratching away what I don't want.
Why don't we, why didn't we start with the good colors first? Like the colors that we're gonna use anyway.
Do you see any colors? Do you see a gray there? Is there a gray? Well, I'm saying, what are the colors that we have that you'd like to match?
The beach and
So what color would the beach be?
brown.
So does that look like brown to you on the screen?
Well,
Barely, and we don't even have brown, do we? What color do we have? It's
yeah,
rust.
Rusty brown.
Yeah, but that's not brown. Okay, there's this guy that's gonna come over and then come down. And then it goes back that way. Dang, I don't know how well this is gonna show up. I'm gonna definitely have to do some outlining on these. And then we've got this guy that comes in here and goes like this. This guy comes over like this.
I'm not gonna do the ropes.
You're not going to do the ropes?
I'm gonna do all the plants.
I just want to be able to see them a little better. So I'm going to kind of, oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted black.
How you gonna add black?
That's not
at the
black.
end? Oh, it's right here. I used it.
Yeah, but I should have another one.
This is black. Yeah, this is black. What are you talking about? Yeah, look.
Good. lost here.
Now I'm putting all the grass in my boat.
Well, I might put my rope in there because you can see, like, there are plants growing up between the ropes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple of loops here that are like frowny mouths. 1, 2. Again, difficult to see. And then this guy comes by over there. And then it looks like there's one that comes through the boat. And that's this one. It comes up through here. I gotta outline it or I can't see it, guys.
Now I need to add the tiny little stalks of grass. They're everywhere in this picture.
Let's see. I got to admit that this is a ambitious drawing.
I'm gonna add a book.
Honestly, I didn't know whether I would try to attempt this one or not, but now I'm running out of images, and no, people haven't been really sending me any, so I am running out. Guys, send me images that you took, pictures that you took. This is your chance to be a star photographer.
And also, if you don't send in pictures, then we won't have any pictures. And then if you watch, you can't watch them anymore because we won't have any pictures.
Yes. Good point, Z. That is solid reasoning there.
Yeah. So send in pictures.
Thank you. Or don't.
But you do.
Oh my God, this rope area back here is very treacherous.
I put a book instead
A book?
on the seat
Okay.
for the kids.
This is the big loop that's back there.
What book should it be?
Maybe something about maybe the old man in the sea?
No.
No? Not that one? Something nautical.
Oh, I know. Could I have the black?
Oh. I thought you said this was black.
It is, but I need the big black. Actually, I need like. Could I have a Sharpie?
You can, I think maybe in this drawer here, maybe? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty good on the rope. I'm gonna go into my greens. I can start to get like these plants coming in here. Oh, maybe you're right, Z. Maybe they made it like a garden. It's pretty clever.
Yeah, I would use it.
Now I can fill in with the rust, and I can fill in here with the rust too.
Okay, I have it. written down on my book. It's called The Cool Book. It's about how to be cool. It's by me.
Ooh.
Because you know how I'm so cool.
Okay. I know you don't have a very low opinion of yourself, so that's good. Very confident young lady.
Mommy, can you make my book stop itching?
Want some lavender?
All right, so I pretty much have every surface covered. And now I can go back and start to make my colors more the way I want them to be. So we can start towards the background. And I think really what I'm going to start to do is add in some black into my trees. So it's all right if some of the green shows through. We don't mind that. It is kind of still a very dark green sort of vibe. And you can even, blend them together a little bit. As they go back, they get smaller, closer together.
Okay.
Then there's this guy over here.
Wait, where's that purple? I'm gonna make my sand purple.
Okay. And then this guy back here is also nice and dark. Way in the distance. Okay, now as far as that beach goes, we're going to use complementary colors. And we know that the complementary color of purple is what? You remember?
Yeah.
Should we do a little color wheel?
No.
Here, let's do a little color wheel here, just on some paper.
Okay.
So, our primary colors are what, Z? Red, blue,
and
yellow, and then red and yellow gives us orange.
and
Green is what?
yellow and blue.
Okay, green, and then red and blue gives us
Purple.
purple. Right. So this is our color wheel, right?
It's a wheel of color. That's
Yes.
why it's called a color wheel.
And so colors that are across from each other on the color wheel, yellow and purple, green and red, orange and blue.
They're complementary.
And what does that mean?
That it's like black and white.
Yeah,
so
they're
it
opposites.
looks like way more intensely blue.
If you put it
than
next to orange. Right, if you put it blue next to orange, the blue is going to be more intensely blue and the orange will be more intensely orange. But if you mix those two colors, what do you get?
Boring brown.
Well, it could be the perfect color brown that you might need.
Well,
So I'm going to add some yellow to this, our beach.
I think I'm done with mine.
All right, let's take a look. So, we haven't added in your clouds yet. There's some very light areas in the sky where we're going to add some white in. There are some reflected white areas. You didn't do any ripples in your water. We haven't done that
I
yet.
want mine to be a sunny day.
Okay, well you still would want to do the ripples.
Yeah, I'll do the ripples.
Okay.
And just so you know, if you guys don't know already, the middle where the pink is It's a squad of jellyfish.
A squad of jellyfish right there. Pink jellyfish, apparently.
Jellyfish are always pink.
Okay, so I've got my yellow in there, and obviously it's more than the purple, so I'm going to come back in with my purple on top, and you can see it's giving me that kind of gray, brown. It's maybe almost as dark as I need it to be. Maybe I'll add just a little bit of, here, let's get a little more purple. And let's see where we're at then. That's not terrible, that's pretty good. Okay, buddy, you've had enough, I understand. You made it almost to the end, 20 minutes left. I could even add a little bit of black here. Just like this. And I'm liking how that's sort of starting to look. Right? Now, let's see. Our sky, I'm going to start to bring some white back in. So here we go. Right? It's going to be above, kind of on the top side of our dark. And if we wanted to make it more of a gray, then we could come in with a little bit of our orangey red. And you can see it kind of grays it out a little bit.
Oh yeah, one last message from me. Send in pictures, by the way.
Oh, thanks, E.
You're welcome.
All right. Just want to gray out all of the sky, and then I'm going to come back and I'll add in some more light. White is the blending color. It will basically blend everything that's underneath it. So if I come in with some white, and then I blend, it's starting to get a little bit more like what I want. Okay. For now, I'm okay with that. Let's scratch that off. Yeah, for now, I'm satisfied. I'll go back over it maybe again. Let's get into our water, which again, I think there are some darker areas which are almost reading as like a gray purple. So maybe I can start to put that in. I see it kind of coming down like that, and then down here. Like that. And then I see some light coming in through here. And then all through here too. Okay, smear. Let's get a little more over here. Some very, very faint pinks coming in. I don't know, maybe it's better as that orangey. At any rate. Smear. All right, I'm gonna come in with some dark blue with the idea that this has to be a little more gray down here, but you can see these darker sort of ripples slanting in. It really like connects all to each other right through here. And then they become these ripples that get smaller and a little bit closer together as they go off into the distance. Move it over a little bit for you there. Sorry about that. Let's just kind of blend. Right? And then I'm just going to kind of have this blend back towards these other colors that are on the horizon. Okay. Some very dark areas over here on the left. Leave a little bit of an edge on my shoreline there. A little white edge. And then just going to create these shadows, reflections. Dark reflections, and then these get kind of less and less as they come forward, and then this goes right along that coastline there, and then out here there's just kind of this dark area that kind of comes out into these ripples. Over here, we've got some darker ones too. So I'm going to add those in. Looks like this starts to become a little more horizontal as it comes up here. I didn't realize that at first. So this up here should be like almost horizontal. Doesn't need to be black, it just needs to be a little darker. All right, it's coming along. I can start to get a little more, I'm going to move away from my background a little bit and start coming into my foreground here. Let's make our grass come up a little higher. Some of it comes out of the edge there. And then I just want to come in with my black. It's pretty dark right in here. And then there's like a vertical guy that happens like that. This goes all the ways. There we go. This is pretty dark here. Carefully coloring it in there, right? Now that we're, making progress on this, now is the time to tighten. We were loose at the beginning, now we get to tighten. And since we did a nice job of laying in our composition, it makes it so much easier to start to add in the details. Because you don't have to guess where everything is. It's right there. Do a little smear. Now I can come in and add a little purple on top of this guy here. And that gives me a nice colored light ledge there, a little bit lighter. And I gotta add in that horizontal line, kind of like that. This is gonna come in on the end. All right. Not too shabby, not too shabby. This is pretty dark, but I'm going to leave a little light edge there. And smear. Okay. I guess this is kind of grassy down here. Maybe I kind of should have made it a little more grassy, but I think I can still pull it off. Let's just add it in right on top. And then back here, it's just going to kind of all blend. And it's kind of a muddy color anyway, so it's okay that it's on top of that rust. That doesn't bother me at all. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of color in on top. And then I'll I'll see if I can figure out how to add in the grass texture. Maybe with, I have a light green that I can come in with, and I think that will help. Ugh, definitely not going to finish this one. But hopefully you got a good enough start that you can see how we can just adjust colors from here moving forward. And, you know, continue to tighten, continue to make things look the way that you want them to look. So, you know, with my rope, I'm definitely going to have to add in that texture, the rope texture. So, for example, I can see on this guy, they're going like this. And this one is like this. This one is like this. Okay, and just like I'm making these darker areas, I could come in and I could add a little bit of a lighter area on my, in between the dark areas, right? Just to, you know, create that, create the texture a little bit more. It's getting a little bit crazy through there. Let's redo. Let's see. Let's bring the purple on this plank. Blend. Right? Definitely could add some light into some of these areas of our water. Like I said, the white just is a blender, so it'll just take whatever's underneath it and it'll just blend it together. You can hear my cat Steve. Okay. I would love to come back in here and just get this plank looking good, looking better at least. And then here's where it connects. And then the top edge is actually light. This edge is dark. And same here. A little more blue on the side, a little lighter on that top edge. That's the idea. Whew. Wow. Well, that was an adventure. All in all, I feel pretty good about where this went. I really hope that yours turned out looking pretty good. Maybe I'll try to add a little bit more to this and make it, just a little bit more the way that I want it to be. But we'll do another one of these on next Monday. Let me turn around and do a proper goodbye. So we'll do another one of these next Monday, 3 o'clock. The Thursdays are no longer going to happen, so I apologize about that, but my schedule is such that I just can't do them both anymore. But I'm so happy to be able to continue doing these Mondays at 3. Thank you guys for joining me. Please send in any photos that you might want to share and that we can recreate. And also, if you have suggestions for materials you'd like to use, or other ways that we can use this time, please feel free to send me a message. Have yourselves a wonderful week and a good weekend at the end of it all, and I'll see you next Monday. Thanks so much, guys. Love you. Bye.